Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at today. We want to come to you. This is a typical Friday for me. Faith and I get up, we gather together, we clean the house, windows, bathrooms, and such, all kinds of exciting stuff. But this is usually my day off too, so I really appreciate you listening in. A couple of announcements I'd like to share with you as we begin. We'll just mention to you in particular tonight's live broadcast will not only be on our church website, it'll be on our church YouTube page, and then ultimately maybe even on our church Facebook page. Thomas Schnitzler is our evening revival presenter tonight. He's going to be sharing the glorious good news of the gospel. We'll be online and on air about 5:55, and we'll kick off with a few announcements, maybe a song, and we will turn Thomas loose. I hope you've been praying through your 24 hours of prayer on Thursdays, and I hope that you have enjoyed that time dedicated to God and to His glory and honor. But today, we're hearing a whole lot about weighing the value of human life against the health of the nation's economy, even the stock market. And it's true. Depression could cause untold suffering of people around the world, hitting, in many cases, the poorest the hardest. Still, each human life is more significant than a trillion, a gazillion dollars. In fact, when I say this, I appreciate the gross national product, but I serve a living God who loves me, who created me, who has designed me in His image. But stocks and bonds, are they important? Sure. Yet, when I consider what it says in Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Personally, I just reject suggestions that it makes sense to prioritize the care of those who are young and healthy over those who are elderly, since I am one, or have disabilities. Any kind of consideration like that, I'll be honest, it just turns my stomach because human lives matter. You're not just a statistic or a segment of our society in this generation. In fact, God says you're a sacred mystery and intentionally created, knit together in your mother's womb. In fact, when we entertain ideas of devaluing life, we've lost part of our own humanity. In fact, this pandemic is changing us. It will change us. It'll change our economy, our culture, our priorities, our personal lives. It's causing folks to consider not just time, but eternity. And rightly so. These are things we can't avoid. But let's remember, one day we'll tell our grandchildren how we lived, how we loved during this great pandemic. Let's respect human life in such a way that we'll not be ashamed to tell them the truth. If you can, call your mom, call your dad, call your grandparents. Let them know how valuable they are to you. They'll be blessed, but you'll receive greater blessing. Allow me to close with this for this morning. Easter can't be canceled. Trust God. When we're allowed to return to the worship center at First Baptist Church, Cold Spring, that Sunday, like every Sunday since the resurrection of Jesus in the church and the life of the New Testament church, we've been celebrating a living Lord. Amen? Amen. Have a great day.